Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are on our way home from work. It is Monday Night Raw tonight. It is being reported that Monday Night Raw could be Ricochet's final night in WWE. His contract has come to a close. He's already reported that he is not interested in signing a new contract. There's, reports of maybe WWE/TKO/ bringing him back to the negotiation table one more time, not wanting him to leave. And obviously, the one big spot that he would go would have to be AEW. I guess there is a slight chance that TNA could bring him in to be a guy on their roster. But I'll tell you this much. Ricochet, he first got put onto my my radar when he was wrestling as the Great Puma in Lucha Underground. I've been looking for a DVD set of that. They put out a real DVD set from Lucha Underground. That thing was like here today, gone tomorrow. I don't even think I've ever seen a picture of it, but I know they were selling it on the website. I would love to have a Blu-ray set. If anybody had a complete set, I am really looking for it. And then, of course, the Japan video that got turned into a GIF that you really put him on, I think, everybody's radar. The match with him and Will Ospreay, where they were kind of flipping around during their match. I'll tell you this much. When he came into WWE, I really thought he had World Heavyweight Champion kind of sights. I didn't really think of him as like a guy that could carry the whole company. But I thought he would be exciting, to have as like the SmackDown champion. It wouldn't have to be like the biggest run in the world, but I really thought he was going to be some guy that they really could, put on lunchboxes, backpacks, t-shirts. If they really just showed like his ability of like high flying and flips, I thought they really could have made him the Rey Mysterio of the company. And as Rey Mysterio, has gotten older, it's like he's around, but he's never really around like full time. I really thought that he could have moved into that role of being the cruiserweight that everybody had to see. What's he going to do next? What's he going to figure out? I'm pretty sure, I know he's had the Intercontinental title. He had a run with the U.S. title. Something in my mind, I think he had the tag straps. I'm not 100% sure. His run in NXT, I really wasn't watching NXT that much at the time. But I do remember him wrestling on the Sunday Night Heat, where they brought back halftime heat during the Super Bowl. It was like a 6-man tag. Velveteen Dream was out there. Aleister Black, Ricochet. I can't remember the other 3 guys that were out there, but it was one hell of a match, and it was really, really exciting. It's going to be fun to see how they tackled this. I think honestly, when it came down to signings, when Vince McMahon was around and he was running the company, I think that there were guys that they sort of threw the spreadsheets out the window. And it was just, we don't want this guy to go to AEW because of the way it's going to look. We don't really have a place for him. He's not like a guy that we're trying to put the company on his back. We just don't want him going to AEW. We don't really care if this guy is going to be wrestling on main events for the next year. We just don't want the bad press to be out there. With WWE/TKO now, I think they really are crunching the numbers. They're trying to make sure that, everything with the main roster is on point, where they're not going over a certain budget or something like that. I don't really see them laying the grapefruits on the table and just saying like, fuck it, it's only money. We're gonna win this war one way or another. Ricochet, when he leaves, if he does go to AEW, like I think he's going to, I would wonder what show they really would place him on, and what his place on that show is going to be. I really think that he could be a main guy, but besides for them bringing in Edge as a free agent, I'm really worried because a lot of guys that have left WWE and gone to AEW, minus like FTR, like they kind of get like this big like, oh, here they are, boom. And then within like 3 weeks, it's almost like they're lost from the writing of the show. I think that Tony just spreads himself too thin. He signs a lot of guys, and maybe he forgets to fly him in for a show or two, and we haven't seen your face in a while, and we got nothing for you. And that's the biggest thing that I'd be scared about. I think it's really cool that WWE was able to sign Chad Gable. Chad Gable, I thought, was going to be a star way back when, 2016, when he was in NXT. I thought that, honestly, his tag team with Jordan was really going to go somewhere. Then when they did the split, where Jordan goes to Raw, becomes Kurt Angle's son, I was like, well, Gable just had a banger of a match with AJ Styles on SmackDown. They're obviously going to push him as a single star. That didn't happen because they just brought Shelton Benjamin in to be his new tag partner. And I was like, well, hey, at least they're going to be winning tag matches. Once he finally goes single, they turn him into Shorty G, and that sucks. But this whole thing where they built him up, and then he sort of got screwed out of the shot at WrestleMania to go for the Intercontinental title, and now him and Zayn are fighting over it. He has this whole group that people learn to love, and now they just are learning to hate him. I think is really, really cool. So I don't know. I'll tell you this much: I'm not going to call Ricochet a flop. I just don't think that Ricochet got used to his potential in WWE, or maybe they just really don't think that he caught on as well as they thought he was going to. But if he thinks that AEW or TNA is going to give him a better shot, all for it. So, peace out, everybody.